The day after my writing partner and I signed with our manager, we had our first general meeting already on the books. I remember thinking, okay, here we go. Everything is about to change. It did change, just not in the way I thought it would. The sunny afternoon we thought would change everything. So let me take you back. It's a sunny afternoon in Los Angeles, which I know is not saying much because it's always sunny there. My writing partner Jake and I are sitting across from our soon-to-be manager. We got connected to him through my cousin, who is a well-known Haitian American actor. We exchanged pleasantries and get into it. What we brought to the table were several screenplays. Some of them had placed in competitions, quarterfinals, semifinals, even finals on one of them. But what really got his attention was our sitcom, The Feed. It was based on my experience working as a video producer at BuzzFeed. That's the one that got him. He laid out what he could offer us: representation, general meetings, introductions to development producers, executive producers, and showrunners. And we told him what we were looking for. We wanted to break in as TV staff writers. We also mentioned we were open to selling feature screenplays across a few different genres. And I want to pause here for a second, real quick, because this is something I wish somebody had told us. Hollywood wants to put you in a box. It's how the whole system works. Because when you walk into a manager's office and say, hey, I write a little sci-fi, a little horror, a little family comedy, and I also do full-length psychological thrillers, your manager cannot pitch you. They literally don't know what you are. And when a producer is looking for a specific kind of writer, you're not going to have the depth of work to back up any single one of those lanes. We made that mistake. We told him we could handle features across genres. But despite all that, he rolled the dice and said yes on the spot. My brother, Jake, and I walked out of that meeting absolutely convinced the floodgates were about to open. The email that arrived the next morning. And to some degree they did, because not even 24 hours after we signed, we got an email with our first general meeting already booked. The door cracked open and it was real. But here's what we didn't understand yet. Just because you have representation doesn't mean you have a career. As a screenwriter, you still have to do most, if not all, of the work to actually get hired. Your representative's job is to negotiate a deal if one appears. That's what they do. We were still the ones who had to show up to networking events. We were still the ones who had to put ourselves out there, try to build real relationships with development producers and EPs. We were still the ones who had to walk into every general meeting and sell ourselves to the person sitting across from us. The producer who would then go back to our manager and say, here's where we are. Our manager wasn't in that room with us. We were. 4 to 6 months on a pilot that went nowhere. My cousin, the Haitian American actor I mentioned, and I were developing a spec pilot together. The premise was this: what would happen in a world where everyone's id woke up and became real? The main character was Haitian, working in Silicon Valley. It was a good pilot, genuinely funny. We were excited about it. My manager read the pilot and connected us with a development producer who had real relationships at Netflix and other major streamers. So we spent 4 to 6 months developing that show, shaping it to something pitch-worthy. And then we did a full pitch run to the right people in the right rooms. Nothing ever came of it. To this day, my cousin is still out there trying to get that show off the ground. The point is, our manager did exactly what a manager is supposed to do. He read the work, made the connection, and facilitated the whole thing. But the development, pitching, and selling, all of that was on us, on the talent. It was always on us. So I want to be really clear about this because I think a lot of writers misunderstand what getting representation actually means. It means someone is willing to negotiate on your behalf if you get far enough. Everything before that negotiation, that's still your job. The generals, networking, pitch runs, and development, none of that is done for you. A manager is a tool, and a tool doesn't build anything on its own. If your manager or agent disappeared tomorrow, if that relationship ended today, would your career disappear with them? Or would you still know exactly what to do next? Because the answer to that question tells you everything about where you actually are in this. Drop a comment and tell me where you're at. Do you have representation? Are you close? Or are you still building toward it? I want to know. And if this is the kind of conversation you've been looking for, subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from.